If you've ever tried to build a business, you know that feeling, right? The late nights, the constant juggling act. It can feel like you're the only one facing these crazy challenges. But what if I told you the data says otherwise? Today, we're jumping into Stephen Wood's fantastic book, Tell Us Where It Hurts, which uses real-world data to uncover the truth about what really goes on inside a business.
And the book kicks off with this simple, powerful truth. It's a statement that just makes you nod and say, yep, he gets it. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're running a massive company. The struggle is real, and it's something every single leader shares.
And that leads to the one question that probably keeps you up at night. You look at your to-do list, your problems, and you think, is this just me? Is what I'm going through normal? Well, this book is all about finding the answer to that exact question.
Now, to get that answer, author Stephen Wood didn't just rely on gut feelings or old stories. Nope. As a business consultant for over 20 years, he did something radical. He looked at the data. He went back through his actual client projects to find out what was really going on.
And the core of his research? An in-depth study of 52 real-life companies. We're not talking about hypotheticals here. These were actual businesses with real people and real problems who opened their doors and said, okay, tell us where it hurts. And here's what makes this research so powerful. Look at the range here. We're talking manufacturing companies, service companies, businesses with zero in sales because they hadn't even launched yet, all the way up to companies pulling in $200 million a year. This isn't some niche study. The findings here are relevant to pretty much everyone. So you gather all this data from all these different companies, and a picture starts to form. And let me tell you, it was not what you'd think. The research revealed something totally unexpected about where business problems actually come from. So let me ask you, what do you think predicts how many problems a business is going to have? What are the factors that you would assume lead to more or fewer headaches for the person in charge? Your logical brain, my logical brain, we'd probably jump to the same conclusions, right? It's got to be about the company's profile. You'd think a huge, established, public company would have a completely different set of issues than a tiny, brand new startup, wouldn't you? Well, the data said, nope, not even close. When the team crunched the numbers, the result was a complete shocker. There was zero, and I mean zero, statistical link between a company's profile and the number of problems it faced. A giant $100 million company could be just as messy as a one-person shop.
Let's just let that sink in. The number of problems a business has is not predicted by its size. It's not predicted by its age or stage of growth, and it doesn't matter if it's a private company or part of some huge corporation. The key takeaway, every single company has problems. That's just the entry fee. Success is determined by something else entirely.
Okay, so if all those things we thought mattered actually don't, then what does? This is the best part, because it means that success isn't about luck or circumstance. It's about things that are completely within your control, and the book gives us a crystal-clear framework for what really works. See, the answer isn't about the cards you're dealt. It's all about how you play your hand. Real, lasting success comes from applying a structured, methodical process to the most important parts of your business over and over again. And that process boils down to these three core pillars. Number one, strategy. Do you know exactly where you're going? And more importantly, why you're going there? Number two, marketing. Do you have a real system for connecting with customers? And number three, performance. Can your team actually get the job done effectively? You know, it's really important to see that this framework, strategy, marketing, and performance, isn't just a one-off idea. It's actually the foundation of a much bigger, connected philosophy that Stephen Wood has built across all of his work. It's a whole system for building great businesses. This core system is really the engine. And while he dives deeper into specific topics and other amazing books that grew out of this research, like B2B selling and the money tree or high-level strategy and how to make more money than you know how to spend, it all comes back to this fundamental truth. Master these three areas, and you control the destiny of your business.
So, we've busted a huge myth, and we've laid out a powerful new framework. But here comes the most important part of all. How do you take this insight and actually turn it into action in your business?
The book makes it incredibly clear that progress isn't about some massive one-time fix. It's all about the steady, consistent work you put in every single day. That consistency is what keeps you clear-headed and moving forward, especially when things get tough. And let's remember the big picture here. When you systematically work on your strategy, your marketing, and your performance, you're doing more than just putting out fires. You are building a rock-solid business that creates genuine value and wealth, not just for yourself, but for your employees, your community, and everyone you serve.
All right, so let's do a quick gut check. Right now, thinking about those three pillars,
strategy, marketing, and performance. Which one is calling out to you? Where do you feel like a little bit of focused, consistent effort could make the biggest impact for you today?
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's about realizing that your success isn't written in the stars or dictated by your company's size, it's determined by your actions. So, the only question left is, what's your first step going to be?